Hello there everyone, good morning, welcome back to another One Piece card game video. They've done it, they have put up the next two starter decks, we're going to talk about them. I've already had a look and I'm pretty sure Buggy is going to be the next Doffy. This deck looks absolutely insane. Let's go ahead and just get into it. But if you guys enjoy the One Piece content, please do like and subscribe, and I think we're going to see a lot of new players joining the game very, very soon. So we'll start off with the Shanks deck. In terms of meaningful reprints, there are actually not really any. The Yasop reprint is nice, this is a good card. Lucky Roo is obviously nice as well, but nothing really crazy getting reprinted, honestly. None of the older Shankses, none of the 10 costs or anything. So I do think that's quite a bit of big miss. Like, they really could have reprinted the OPO1 Shanks or something at least. I guess it is rotating in the next year, but like I'm pretty sure like if it's rotated a year from now, like I don't think that's an issue. Anyway. Let's look at the cards. So first of all, we have Uta. This is a 2k counter, 6/4. If you have a character with 10,000 power or more, this card gains -4 cost in your hand and has blocker. So a 2/4 2k counter blocker is obviously amazing. I think this is just a good card. I think you will play this card in red, like generically, provided that like you are not struggling. You don't have a lot of traded, like, 2Ks, right? Like, if you're playing searches and stuff in your deck, like, sometimes red decks are just good stuff decks, and in that case, like, you're probably going to want to play stuff that you can actually search. But in the decks where, like, well, are not good stuff decks, sorry, I should say, but where you are playing, are good stuff decks, but where you're playing, like, traded stuff, then you probably want to, you know, be slightly more careful as to the 2Ks you're choosing. Either way, this is a good card, but obviously, like, you can't play it the same turn. If this was free in your hand, this would be crazy. But I think it's just pretty fair at the moment. Then we've got the Big Boss Monster Shanks. This did leak a little while ago, but we'll whatever. So this is a 9/10. If your opponent has a character with 8,000 base power or more, this gains -3 cost in your hands. This is a 6 cost. Now, obviously, then you see the synergy, because on your 8 Don turn, for example, you can play down Shanks and Uta in one turn. That's obviously very, very good. This is just generically very, very good if you can play it for 6. On play, if your leader has red hair pirates or is Uta, so red, purple, which is support, your leader gains 2k until the end of your opponent's next end phase. So this is just a white bit effect. This is really, really good. Unsurprisingly, this is going to be a staple. I mean, especially as One Piece moves towards having more and more high power cards, more and more big cards sticking around, this is just going to get better and better. I think this is a really, really good card. It probably could have had 1k counter, but whatever. Next we've got Ben Beckman. This is a 4/5 with 1k counter. On play, you may trash one card from your hand. If your leader is redhead, K up to one of your opponent's characters with 4k base power or less. So if this was 5k, I'd be pretty high on this, but 4k is just a little dire, and like we're really trying not to play cards like that nowadays, so yeah, I'm pretty low on this. Monkey D. Luffy, a 1 cost 1k. Film Supernova Straw Hat Crew. Activate main, you may rest one of your Don, and this character give up to one of your opponent's characters -1k power during this turn. I suspect this won't see much play. And finally, for the new cards, we have Yasop, who is a 1/1, 1k counter. Activate main once per turn, give up to one rested Don card to your leader or one of your characters. So this is just Nami, but Redhead Pirates traded. We are 3 years into the game. I don't think this is what the deck was missing. And this is the Shanks leader, for those who want to see it. I think this looks great. None of them look as good as the second anniversary versions, which is what I will be using, but yeah, this looks fine. Honestly, this is probably the worst starter so far. Well, not probably, this is definitely the worst starter so far. We will see if it is the worst starter overall. Having seen some of the leaks from the Yamato starter, my inclination isn't, and I think it was, who's the last one, and Bonnie. I haven't, no leaks from Bonnie yet, but there was one leaked Yamato card, and it seems pretty insane. So my inclination is this is probably the worst, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and talk about my GOAT, Buggy D Goat. I'm so happy about this leader. So people are not going to remember what this does, so I actually thought it's probably worth a little refresher on all these cards. So the leader is activate main, tap 5, and trash a card from your hand, play a cross skill character from your hand. So this is, you're cheating out high cost stuff. That's basically what this deck is doing. It's going very, very... You're having to use a lot of cards from your hand, but the idea is, well, those cards from your hand are much better used in cheating out these huge things your opponent has to deal with, or are going to win you the game. So there is a number of cards here that are getting reprinted that are very relevant. I'm just going to flag the big one, which is this promo Buggy getting the reprint is the huge like win. This is the big deal. It's going to crash the price of this card, first of all, but also, like, this was a really inaccessible card that is incredibly good. So I'm very happy that this card has been reprinted. It's a super relevant card as well. Like, it's like unbelievably relevant. So yeah, in particular with going into a format where Rayleigh might be meta, or like any kind of rush decks, like obviously like Blue Doffy is like on the way out, but like this is a super relevant card. So and we'll talk about that more in a little bit. I'm also going to just give you a quick little refresher. I've got them prepared already. Here's all the OP9 cards. The deck actually hasn't got any support since OP9, but I think it's worth just refreshing what these cards do. So Alvida, this one probably won't see play. This is an on KO to play a card from your hand. I think like it might see play. It's a 5/6, but it's like I want to be playing for 5. I want to be playing stuff that's bigger or stuff that's like really impactful. And we probably have a critical mass of cross-skill cards now that we don't actually need to play this card. This Carbagy is a 2k counter, so we probably play it. With if you have Buggy or Moji, it cannot be KO'd in battle. It's mainly just played because you'll mainly play it because it's a 2k counter. Let's talk about the 2 SRs. So we've got Crocodile first of all. This is a 7/7, 1k counter. On play up to 1 cross-skill type character, or with a broke box, the cost of 5 less from your hand. So this is how you're flooding out the board. You play out the Crocodile and you play out something else. And we've got some really powerful plus tools to enable that as well, thanks to this starter bit, just again to contextualize what's going on. We also have this Mihawk here, who's a 6/7 with blocker and on play draw 2 trash 1. So this is just a very powerful card if you can cheat it out or off of like board flood effects. It's just decent in general, but like that's a particularly powerful ability. Looking at the next few cards here, of course we have to talk about the GOAT. Look at the manga rare version, Buggy D Clown. This is kind of your absolute GOAT. Like a power level, and if you can consistently be, and I suspect we will be able to consistently stick this guy, he's going to be ridiculous. So on play, just bot deck anything, and then if you do not have 5 characters with a cost of 5 or more, place this character on the bottom of the end's deck. So this is the big thing, right? Like making sure you have 4 characters out going into a turn where you are looking to play a Buggy, and then at that point, like I think this is going to be just, it doesn't matter, this doesn't do anything else, like this is going to be like absolutely insane to deal with. Like just sticking a 12k body is going to be brutal, and your opponent can spend a lot of resources getting rid of it, and then you can just play another one out, right? Like they're going to have to keep your board clear. So this is the big threat. This is the reason you want to be playing the deck. We also have a couple of other relevant cards, some of which get reprints, but not all of them. I note there is a card you are going to have to pick up. So Emoji is another 2k counter. With an on-play, look at the top 5 to add a Ricci to your hand. So the Ricci is this 2/2 blocker. This may see play, but we'll see. We also have the vanilla 5/7 Daz Bones. And we've got a couple of cards that don't see reprints here. So Mr. 3 Galdino, I believe. Oh, no, okay. I lied. Sorry, they're really cooked. This sees play. This is your top 4 searcher. So this you're getting in the starter deck, so you don't have to worry. This is obviously going to be a staple. We also have a top 4 searcher as an event, which you will also play. You're going to have the Don left over, most likely, to make use of this card. There is this event removal, special Nuggy Ball. You're probably not bothering with this, though. And then we also have Murder at the Steam Bath, which again, like you're probably not really making use of. The final card, which I believe does not get a reprint, so you will actually need to go out and source copies of this common, is Empty Bluffs Island, which is a 1-cost stage. Activate main. You may place 2 cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck in any order and rest the stage. If your leader is cross-skill, draw 2. So this is just filter 2 every single turn. This is obviously completely broken, right? Like it is searchable. It's cross-skill rated, right? So Galdino is going to find it. Cross-skilled is going to find it. So this is like super searchable, and this is going to let you filter 2 every single turn. The level of filter you're going to get, thanks to this card, is going to be absolutely ridiculous. There is no universe where you're not going to be playing like at least some copies of this card. So just go out, grab your commons. They're not going to be expensive, but just pick them up now before everyone and their mum is looking for them. So now that we have the context, right, of those cards, we kind of know what's going on here, and we can see that they've reprinted both the 2Ks. Interestingly, they did reprint 10-cost Buggy in this. I think it's only because he was a rare that they reprinted this. So we have the emoji as well. Now we can actually talk about some of these cards. So we got a new Carbagy, a new Moji, a new Alvida, a new Buggy, and a new Crocodile and Mihawk. So they basically reprinted the whole deck. Also, sorry, just to flag what this promo Buggy does, if you don't remember, this character cannot attack, but it's a 7/8, so it's just a big guy. If your leader is Buggy, all characters with a cost of 3 or 4 cannot attack, and on play up to 1 cross-skilled character type with a cost of 6 or less from your hand. So you just go Buggy into Mihawk, and then you draw 2, discard 1, and you're happy, right? Like you've just played out 2 big things. You can do this on 5 Don because like you're going to cheat out the card, and now your opponent is like you're going to have to deal with 2 huge bodies that are just going to be really challenging to answer. And then this is just going to sit there denying like 3 or 4 cost is like 4 cost is the relevant bit there, right? Especially on 5 Don, right? Okay, let's talk about the new cards. First of all, this is probably the best card, Alvida, tied best. It's a 4/5 1k counter, so you'll notice it's 4 cost. We care about 5 costs. That's fine. If you have 2 or more characters with a base cost of 5 or more, this gains 1 cost. So you can play this out no problem. As long as your board is flooded, basically, you are going to meet that condition for Buggy. On play, if your leader is Buggy, draw 3 trash 2. Okay, so you Graceful Charity. Great. This replaces itself in the hand. You also get to do a shitload of filter. This card is absolutely staple. Obviously, if you're playing it like off of like the leader effect, it's less good. But like if you're playing it off of something else that cheats something out, it feels a lot better. Yeah, this is just great. In fact, you'll never play this off the leader effect. It makes no sense to. Okay, then we have got Carbagy. So we have more 2k counters. So this deck is playing 16 2ks, which is obviously really good news. If you have 2 or more characters with a base cost of 5 or more, this character gains blocker and +1 cost. And then on the opponent's turn, this gains 5k power. So this becomes a 5/6 blocker, like a la Borsalino, but it is also a 2k counter. So obviously you're not going to be playing this like to ground all the time. To ground, sorry, Star Wars brain. You're not going to be playing this out all the time, but you might be holding it in hand as a 2k. It's just a very, very valuable card. It's a good blocker and it's a good 2k. Just a good card. Obviously you can't use it to attack, but whatever. Let's talk about the Moji and then we'll talk about the 2 SRs. So 4/1, 2k counter as well. If you have 2 or more characters with a base cost of 5 or more, this character gains blocker and +1 cost, so we got 2 blockers. But this one is a on KO. If your leader is Buggy and you have 3 or less cards in your hand, you draw a card. So I don't know how often you're going to have 3 less cards in your hand. I haven't obviously played the deck yet. But I mean, this is just very, very good. Obviously, like just another 2k with a relevant effect, and obviously the fact that they are topping themselves up to 5 cost. Basically, these give you like a solid play. Like on your second turn, going second, you have these 4 costs, right? You have 3 of them that you're playing at 4 copies each. Which is obviously very, very relevant. And then we now have actually a 4th one, and this one is very, very good. So we have this SR Buggy, artwork on it absolutely cooks. This is a 4 cost of 1k plus with 1k counter. It's worth saying as well, you might play the generic search for 4 thing that costs 4 or more. You probably have enough searching though, so you probably don't need to, but you could. Anyway, activate main, you may trash 1 card from your hand and trash this character. If your leader is Buggy, play up to 1 cross-skilled character type character card with a cost of 6 or less from your hand. I wish these all said 7, but whatever, it'd probably be too good. Yeah, so you are just cheating out your Mihawk or cheating out an Alvida or something. Like, and this is relevant because you can use this to then like bridge stuff that's cheating out 5 costs to cheat out 6 costs, right? So obviously you're, the big one is Crocodile, who I will just grab again so we can refresh. So Crocodile cheats out a cost of 5 or less, but you can cheat out Mihawk by cheating out the Buggy. We also have the best card tied, this new Crocodile Mihawk, who's an 8/7. On play, draw 2, trash 1. Then play up to 1 cross-skill type character card with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. Okay, cool. So I draw 2, trash 1, play out any one of my new broken support cards. Fine. It's only the broken new support cards that you can play out with that effect. Then, once per turn, if you have cross-skilled type character if a cross-skilled type character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may trash 1 card instead. So you just get to say no to removal once per turn. And obviously you're going to have multiple of these guys out because this whole deck is insanely searchable, right? Like, if we think about what this deck looks like, it's 4 copies of all of these new cards, okay? That's 20 cards. 4 copies of this promo Buggy. That gets 4 copies of this 10-drop Buggy. 4 copies of each of these each of these old 2Ks, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 9 cards. 4 copies of Galdino, right? Okay, so we're up to 10 cards, 4 copies of Cross-Guild, 4 copies of each of the... Well, actually, you probably don't even have a space for all that, right? You'll play 4 copies of Crocodile, 4 copies of Mihawk, and 4 copies of the stage, probably. So you probably play less of this Cross-Guild one. And that's it. Your deck list is done, right? It was incredibly easy to put all that together. And it's going to be incredibly good, right? If you think about what your curve is going to be, how consistent it is, how much search you have, how much filter you have, and what you're doing is just so inherently powerful. You're also a 5-life leader. You also have access to blue tools, right? This is the baseline how good this deck is going to be without playing out any of the old blue stuff. I've glazed this deck a lot. I'll do some testing and I will come up with a deck list. But honestly, like this really does just build itself. You pick up like 2 of this starter, pick up the old SRs, the old stage, you're done. You're good. You can run this. It might not be optimal, but it'll be 99% of the way there. This is so good. This is the new best starter deck in the One Piece card game. I am Very convinced. I'll be shocked if anything is as good as this. If there is, oh my god, Bandai absolutely cooked. It very well may be. But yeah, I mean, the power level, this is an absolute glow up for my GOAT Buggy D Clown. I cannot wait to be playing this deck. I've already ordered all my alt arts from the old one. Once that 4-cost Buggy leaked, I just was like, okay, I think this deck's going to be good. So I just ordered them. And I'm looking forward to playing it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, let me know what you think of these starter decks in the comment section down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Cheers.